Welcome to the Global Rescuer Show. I'm your host, Kimberly. And I know it's only January, but Easter is around the corner and we have some valid information to share with you. Kelly, I know we're in January and March is a little ways off, but the message is really important, what we need to deliver, and it is about bunnies. And there's way too many out there that are up for adoption. Can you elaborate on that for us, please?
Yes, rabbits are actually the third most surrendered animal in the shelter system, and there are thousands of rabbits waiting in shelters across the United States. Last year in 2015, we had 1,602 intake requests, and our waiting list is over a year and a half long for people who are willing to wait. So a lot of what we do is education, especially leading up to Easter, since that's one of the big reasons why so many rabbits are in shelters across the United States.
Right, and Easter, it's like, oh, the kids want little bunnies, and they want to play with them. They're soft, they're cuddly, they're cute, but they have a lifespan. People don't think about that lifespan when they're adopting the parents. So let's educate the parents a little bit here. What are some of the things? What is the lifespan? What is to be expected?
The average lifespan for a rabbit is 9 to 10 years, but they can live, 12, 13, 14 years old. Our oldest bunny here at the sanctuary is actually 13 years old. So it's a long-term commitment. And they're not an easy starter pet like a lot of people think. They require just as much time and care and money as a cat or a dog does. And they're not the best match for young children. They're a prey animal, so they like calm, quiet. They don't like to be chased. They don't like to be picked up, and that's just little kids. That's what they want to do. They're not a stuffed animal to be carried around. So unfortunately, a lot of people go out, get bunnies for their kids without doing any research first, and realize, either the kids are bored or they're not what they thought they would be, and sometimes it's actually the day after Easter when the calls start coming in from people who don't want their bunnies anymore. About 2 months after Easter is the big, what shelters call Easter dump, because everybody's bored, the bunnies aren't doing what the kids want, the parents don't want to take care of them, so unfortunately they start dumping them outside and dumping them in shelters. So a lot of what we do again is education to try to stop that, and there's so many great alternatives for parents.
So let's talk about that, because I can see them all coming in here, but there has to be a solution to the problem and an alternative. So what is it?
For Easter, some of the great things that parents can do, which will actually teach kids a lot about giving back, as well as you can sponsor a bunny at a shelter, sponsor an Easter bunny. We do something around Easter that's called Buy an Easter Basket for an Easter Bunny, where we make little bunny safe baskets that people can buy and give to the bunnies. Your kids can do a toy drive. They can make toys. They can make blankets and beds for the bunnies. They can come here. We're open Easter Day, and if your kids need to be around bunnies for Easter, come to a shelter and they'll see, over 60 bunnies here that they can spend time with. If a family is thinking about getting a bunny, they can come here. We recommend they volunteer first, so you can learn about how to take care of that bunny, what they're going to need every day. And then if the family does think that it might be a good choice, we have them foster, because then you can really see if it's going to be a good match. And we talk to people about thinking in the future as well, because right now you might have time for a bunny, but you have to think about, as your kids get older and they get busier and the family gets busier, are you still going to have time for this rabbit, because they're going to be there for the next 10 years, so you really have to think about that as well.
Right, and for the college, for the 9 and 10-year-old now, but eventually that child's going to go to college. Not going to take the bunny with them.
Exactly, and we get a lot of those calls, unfortunately, that the kids are off to college and mom and dad don't want to take care of the bunny anymore, so all of a sudden this bunny they've had for 5 years is without a home now.
Right, and so to supplement some of your costs, I love your little shop here. It's a secondhand store, so people, if you do come in, there's beautiful, well-priced items in here. And we've been talking about the bunnies, and I'm sure people don't want to watch us. They probably want to see what we have in here.
Yes.
Can we go in?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So let's see what's...
Yeah, our shop is
And
in here, and then in here is what we call Binky Town.
Binky Town, and how many Binkies do we have in here?
We have 61 bunnies currently that are residents with us.
And that's a large number, but I think you've had even larger, correct?
Yes, we've had up to 170 at one time after we rescued 132 bunnies from a backyard.
Oh, look at, are you going to come and see me?
This is Kylie. She's 9 years old,
Kylie.
and she's a sweetheart.
Oh, she came right over. Come here.
Yeah, rabbits are very social animals. They love people, but it does take time for them, you know, to get to know new people sometimes.
Right. Now I notice she's sniffing, scenting. What are some of the things, the scents, do they pick up other animals' scents?
Yeah, smell is one of their best scents. Smelling and hearing are their two best scents. So their noses are always going.
So do they get along with cats and dogs?
They can get along great with cats and dogs if the cats and dogs are calm. You know, being a prey animal, chasing isn't play to a bunny. That's something's going to eat me. So you have to have a dog or a cat that has a low prey drive that's going to be calm. So generally an older pet.
An older, yeah. Wow, this is like a little baby nursery. I love it.
Well, we have 8 different play areas, so the bunnies are rotated for playtime every hour because it's really important they get out and get exercise. All these guys are spay and neutered, and they're all litter box trained, and they're microchipped as well. So they're actually just like a cat where they can run around the house and they'll use their litter boxes. They're not meant to live in a cage. They're really meant to be part of the family just like a cat or a dog. So it's really important they get out and get exercise every day. We have a couch too. You can see Spencer is having some couch time right now. You know, they love to sit on the couch with people as well.
Place is extremely well kept, clean, there's food everywhere, and you're just one woman.
Yeah.
So let's talk about volunteerism because I know it takes help.
It does, yes. We have an amazing volunteer staff, and we allow volunteers of all ages. We're really about families coming together, volunteering together, teaching the kids the value of giving back to the community. You know, we have volunteers as young as 5 who just love to come in and take care of the bunnies. We have a lot of kids that come in for their service hour projects for school, Girl Scout troops. We also have a lot of corporate groups that come in for team building exercises. So what people could do is just visit our website at tranquilitytrail.org and click on the volunteer tab, and we'll have all the information about volunteering because we do depend on volunteers, and they do an amazing job for the bunnies.
Very good. And you also are involved in fundraising drives, the pet holiday. Tell me a little bit about the event, and is in collaboration with Banner Health Medical Group.
Yes, this year Banner Medical Group is our presenting sponsor, and they've been an amazing partner, and they've added a whole new aspect to the event, which is a health and wellness for people and your pets, which people are really excited about. We're really happy to have them join us this year. Vendors here as well if you want to look into that, and we have a lot more vets here this year. We're doing free dental checks this year for the dogs as well. We've always got the vaccinations and the free nail trims, so just overall health and well-being of people and their pets, because the more you're walking out there with your dog, the healthier you're going to be too. Can we just get maybe some 3 quick tips for Easter do's and don'ts?
Do's and don'ts for Easter. First of all, do your research. Really read up on what having a bunny is, what it's going to entail. Visit a shelter. And if you do decide that you're ready for a bunny, adopt a bunny. Like I said, there are thousands of bunnies across the United States that would love to have a family of their own. So, and when you adopt a bunny, you know, they're going to be spay and neutered already. They're going to know their personality, so they can really match the right bunny with the right family.
That's really great advice. I hope everyone follows suit because, yeah, come in here. You are familiar with this.
Yes.
You can tell them, you know, what to expect, what not to expect. There's maybe an age attached to it, like a 9-year-old bunny that would suit that 9 or 10-year-old for time span.
Exactly.
So, Kelly, thank you so much. You've been so informative, and I'd like to touch base with you after Easter and see if this helped at all.
Oh, we would love that, and we really appreciate you coming out and helping us to educate people. So hopefully not as many bunnies will be abandoned after Easter this year.
Hopefully we provided you with enough tips on the care of bunny rabbits. This is Kimberly reminding you that the Global Rescuers isn't just a show, It really is a movement, and we couldn't be prouder. And we'll see you next time. Thank you for viewing today's show. If you like what you saw and you would like to support this show or other causes, please go to influencethecause.com. Once you're there, please subscribe, donate, or pledge. And to also watch full-blown shows, please click on any of these links. For it is in giving that we receive.